Lowercase girls tend to fly under the radar by design, but once you start looking you'll see them everywhere. For one thing, they've been all over the streaming charts in the past few years: Folklore, Evermore, Thank You, Next, Girl in Red, MXM Tune, Dodie, Biba Doobie, How I'm Feeling Now, Driver's License, Deja Vu, Good For You, to name just a few recent, femme-forward musical phenomena that wouldn't even think of imposing the tyranny of capital letters on the listener's imagination. But lowercase girls have been there forever, in the back rows of classrooms and the corners of parties, daydreaming, doodling, stockpiling vivid details and observations in the marble notebooks of their minds, waiting for the precise moment to launch them like a carefully crafted dart that punctures everybody else's apathy and proves just how sharply she has been paying attention. Some of the best of them never grow out of it. My only advantage as a reporter, Joan Didion wrote in 1968, unwittingly describing her own species perfectly, is that I am so physically small, so temperamentally unobtrusive, and so neurotically inarticulate that people tend to forget that my presence runs counter to their best interests. And it always does. Beware the lowercase girl. Although she is usually overlooked, underestimated and even ignored, she sometimes turns out to be the one who's been writing the story all along. Such were the cultural forces that Olivia Rodrigo harnessed, streamlined and gloriously melodramatized earlier this year in her breakout single, Driver's License, stylized all lowercase, because of course. A lifelong Swiftie, almost literally. When Taylor Swift's self-titled debut album came out, Rodrigo was 3, and the daughter of a therapist. Rodrigo was raised to be the kind of person who didn't exactly hide her feelings. On the chorus of the song that accelerated her to overnight fame, she saves her most impassioned vocal delivery for what she clearly considers to be her ex's most grievous crime. "Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me." The implication being that in her songs, defiantly, she means every word. In the last few years, given the success of Billie Eilish's ASMR jams and Swift's soft acoustic reveries, Lowercase Girl album, bona fides that were documented by Jill Gudowitz in Vulture last year, it has sometimes felt like pop musicians are playing one big round of the quiet game, daring each other into an ever more provocative hush. Driver's License certainly benefits from that tonal shift, but the most moving thing about the song is actually its careening sense of dynamism, the way it swings repeatedly from a private muttering to a collective, belted-out exorcism of the heart. Such is the power of that bridge.